Welcome to all of you. My name is Joginder Tomar. I am your friend and instructor. So today we will discuss about a very important topic, and the topic name is S3 storage. S3 stands for Simple Storage Service, so that's why the name is sounding S3. So let us understand more about the S3. S3 is a container kind of storage in which we store any kind of data. No matter whatever will be the file extension, we can store as it is inside the S3 kind of container or the S3 kind of storage. So let us see on the diagram. We have a storage which is S3. So in this storage, the data will not be saved directly, the data will not be stored directly. Inside the S3 storage we have number of buckets. So let's say we have this bucket. In this bucket we can store the information, any kind of information. So any kind of file we can store inside this bucket. So in this bucket we can store any kind of data, any kind of file. We can store .doc file, .mpeg file, .exe file, .jpeg file, etc. So we can save any kind of format file inside the bucket. So the data will not be saved inside the S3 storage directly. Inside the S3 storage we have to create a bucket and the data will be stored inside the bucket. So we can create multiple number of buckets inside the S3 storage. S3 is an object-based storage. So no matter that which object we are trying to store, it can be your folder, it can be your music file, it can be your database file, it can be your document file, right? Any kind of file, any kind of folder will be considered as an object. Another one, we cannot install operating system inside the S3 storage. In S3 bucket, multiple copies of the same file will be stored in the multiple location inside the same region. At least 3 availability zones are available in each region. What does it mean? So S3 will provide the redundancy in operation, right? So first of all, S3 bucket we cannot create in a particular availability zone. S3 bucket will be available region wise, not the availability zone wise, right? So this is an bucket, and this bucket we have created in the region Mumbai. Every region will have the multiple availability zones. So that availability zones we cannot decide ourselves. AWS will automatically decide that in which availability zone the bucket will be kept by the AWS Amazon cloud. So Let's say in the Mumbai region we have the availability zone 1, availability zone 2, availability zone 3. In short, we can say that AG1, AG2, AG3. So we have three availability zones or the three data centers inside the Mumbai region. If we have created any file and saved it inside the bucket, let's say the file name is abc.doc. So this is a file. This file we have saved inside the bucket, and the bucket name is cam.loc. So this is a bucket name. So this bucket data, this bucket information will be saved in more than one availability zones. So AWS will keep the multiple copies of the same data. So this data will be saved here, will store here, and it will store here. The reason is behind that it is to provide the redundancy in operation. Redundancy means if the data will be lost from the one availability zone, then still the data is available on the availability zone 2nd, availability zone 3rd. So that's why the AWS is keeping the bucket data inside the more than one availability zones. If the data will be lost on the one availability zone, no problem, the same data will be available on the other availability zone, so there is no chances of the whole disaster. I hope so you understood this point, that why the AWS is keeping the multiple copies of the same bucket data. So AWS can keep the multiple copies in the different availability zones, right? AG1, AG2 and AG3, or maybe it can keep the bucket copy or the bucket data copy in the same availability zones but multiple copies. Let's say we have this availability zone AG1. Within the AG1 availability zone, it can keep the first copy, second copy and the third copy. So this is also possible that AWS can keep the bucket information, bucket object information inside the same region as inside the same data center or availability zone, first copy, second copy and third copy. So all the three copies maybe the AWS will keep inside the same availability zone, or maybe it will keep the same copy, multiple copies of the same bucket or the information in the multiple availability zone. As we have understood, the bucket copy it is keeping on the availability zone 1, availability zone 2 and the availability zone 3 also. I hope so you cleared with this fact. So let's go to the slide again. So data is stored in the bucket. So bucket is a flat container object. We cannot create bucket under the bucket. That's why it is called as flat container object. What does it mean? It means to say that if we have created a bucket and the bucket name is B1, then inside this bucket B1 we cannot create the another bucket inside the B1. So if you'll try to create the B2 bucket inside the B1, that's not possible. right? So there cannot be any hierarchy of the bucket because the bucket is a flat container, right? We cannot create a nested bucket under the parent bucket. We cannot create a child bucket under the parent bucket. Bucket ownership is not transferable, right? So if you are an owner of the bucket, let us take a scenario. Mr. A is a person who created the bucket. Then Mr. A will remain an owner of the bucket forever. The ownership of Mr. A cannot be transferred to the Mr. B or C or any XYZ other person. It will be remain same forever for Mr. A. S3 bucket is region specific. Availability zone selection option is not available. We cannot create a bucket directly on a particular availability zone. So S3 bucket we can create in a region, but the availability zone option will not be available for us. So how many buckets we can create? So you can have 100 buckets per account. So you can increase the limit of the 100 on the basis of the approval from the AWS, right? If you want to increase the limit of 100, if you want to create the buckets more than the 100 buckets, then you have to send the request to the AWS. Then the AWS will give you the approval. The AWS will allow you to create the more buckets more than the 100 buckets. Now let us understand what are the naming rules for creating the S3 bucket. S3 bucket name is globally unique across the all AWS region. Suppose if I have created one bucket name with the name abc.xyz. So abc.xyz will be uniquely and identified for my bucket, and the same name cannot be used by any other person across the whole globe. So bucket name cannot change once it is created. If the bucket is deleted, then its name will be available again to the next person for use. The bucket names can contain lowercase letters, hyphen and numbers. Uppercase letters cannot be used. I hope so you understood, guys. So what is the meaning of this line? So bucket names, it should be the lowercase letters, it can be the hyphen, it cannot be the uppercase letters. If you will understand, if I will try to give a name abc.txt, so this name, it can be possible for giving the bucket because it is containing only the lowercase letters. But if I will try to give a bucket name abc.txt, so this is not possible for giving the bucket name, because as per the rule for creating the bucket we cannot use the uppercase letter, and here in this example abc.txt are written in uppercase letters, so it will be denied to create the bucket as per the bucket creation rule. By default, buckets and its objects are private. Its owner can only access by default. So whatever the bucket you have created, it will be available for you only, and it's up to you that if you want to make it publicly available or you want to make the sharing of your bucket objects to somebody. Bucket name should not be an IP address, correct? So thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. If you will subscribe my channel, then you will get the latest updates of my videos. Whatever the videos I will upload in future, you will get my videos information very quickly. So thanks again.